Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Janice and I like knitting, crocheting, and many other crafts. Make sure you check out my Instagram as well, as I also post content there. And if you like my videos, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. It helps me a lot and I really appreciate it. And today I'm going to share with you the process of knitting this short sleeve sailor top by Mizuno. Last month I went back to Hong Kong to visit my family and we had a great time together. And as a knitter, I will not give up any chance to visit a yarn store wherever I visit. So this time, I went to a yarn store in Causeway Bay and bought some Japanese yarn. I mentioned the Daruma cotton yarn and Noto yarn in my yarn haul video, and if you're interested in the video, I have it linked down below. This yarn store does not only sell yarn, but also provides a space for knitters to sit down and learn together, with a separate cost of course. Since I was staying in Hong Kong for 2 weeks, I would have time to at least show up twice, so I decided to join the class as well. There were many patterns to choose from and I ended up choosing this short sleeve sailor top by Mizuno. I always loved the design of sailor collar. I've had a few tops with this design and I also knitted a long sleeve sailor top by Daruma last year. But I haven't knitted a short sleeve one yet, so why not? The original pattern is only in one color. The shirt and collar part were in the same color. Since it's summer and I like to have a little pop of color on the collar, so I decided to add a bright cobalt blue on the trim of the collar. With all these aside, let's begin. First we will be using 3.5mm circular needle and cast on 112 stitches. Row 1 is finished. Row 2 is the wrong side and all even number rows are wrong side. Repeat row 2 and 3 until you finish row 18. After you finish row 18, the ribbing is done. Then we start with row 1. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 9, purl 1. Then repeat knit 9, purl 1 until end of row. Row 2. Purl 1, knit 1, purl 9, knit 1. Then repeat purl 9, knit 1 until end of row. Repeat row 1 and 2 until you finish row 102. On row 103 is where we will start knitting the V neckline. We will finish the right side first and then left side. Row 103. We will continue with the pattern and do a knit 2 together decrease. We will do the same knit 2 together decrease on these rows. On row 142 is where we do short rows. In this video, I will be using the German method, but you can use any short row method you like. Once we have 9 stitches left on our left needle, turn the project. Row 142 is done. On row 143, put the working yarn over your working needle, then slip a stitch purlwise, then pull tightly, and then continue with the pattern. On row 144, continue with the project until we have 8 stitches left on our left needle. turn the project. Row 144 is done. On row 145, put the working yarn over your working needle, then slip a stitch purlwise, then pull tightly. And then continue with the pattern until you reach the final 2 stitches. Do a knit 2 together on the last 2 stitches. On row 146, once we have 8 stitches left on our left needle, turn the project. Row 146 is done. On row 147, put the working yarn over your working needle, then slip a stitch purlwise, then pull tightly, and continue with the pattern until you reach the final 2 stitches. Do a knit 2 together on the last 2 stitches. On row 148, once we have 8 stitches left on our left needle, turn the project. On row 149, put the working yarn over your working needle, then slip a stitch purlwise, then pull tightly, and continue with the pattern. On row 150, we will do a knit 2 together with these stitches to cancel out the holes on the garment. Leave this section on a piece of scrap yarn. Then we will do the same on the left side, though we will be doing SSK decrease instead of knit 2 together decrease. The decreased rows are the same. The short rows are also the same. Once the left side is done, leave the section on a piece of scrap yarn as well. The back panel is almost the same as the front panel, except there isn't a V neckline. We do the same for the 18 rows of ribbing, and same pattern on the body part until we finish row 141. Row 142 to 146 is the same as what we did for the front panel. Row 147, we only knit 19 stitches. Then flip the project and continue with row 148 and the short row. Cast off the last 3 stitches. Then continue with row 149 and short rows. Once we finish row 150, leave this section on a piece of scrap yarn. Then we will work on the left section. First, we will cast off 24 stitches, then continue with short row 148. Continue with row 149 and cast off 3 stitches on row 149. On row 151, we will do the same to cancel out the holes and leave the section on a piece of scrap yarn. For the sleeves, they are super simple, just 2 pieces of rectangle without any increases or decreases. We will cast on 78 stitches. On row 2, we will repeat purl 4, knit 1 until end of row. On row 3, we will repeat knit 4, purl 1 until end of row. Repeat row 2 and 3 until row 8 is finished. Then start with row 1. Knit 4, purl 1, knit 9, purl 1. Then repeat knit 9 and purl 1 until end of row. Row 2, we will purl 4, knit 1, purl 9, knit 1, and repeat purl 9, knit 1 until end of row, until we finish row 34. Then we cast off once row 34 is done. Repeat the whole process for the other sleeve. For the sailor collar, to start, we will cast on 73 stitches. On row 2, we will repeat purl 4, knit 1 till end of row. Then row 3, we will repeat knit 4, purl 1 till end of row. Then repeat row 2 and 3 until row 10 is finished. Then starting from row 11 to 38, on odd number rows, we will do a purl stitch on the 5th stitch and 70 stitch, which is the 4th last stitch. And on even number rows, we will do a knit stitch on the 5th stitch and 70th stitch, which is the 4th last stitch. We will continue with this pattern until row 38 is finished. On row 39, it's kind of similar to what we did for the V neckline. We will first finish the right side and then the left side. In this section, we will be doing two kinds of decreases on some of the odd number rows. One is on the right end and the other one is on the left end. The decreases on the left end will be a knit 2 together decrease and will always happen on the last 2 stitches. The decreases on the right end will be an SSK decrease and will always happen after the first 5 stitches. On row 40, we will cast off the first 3 stitches. On row 45, we will do decrease only on the left end. Row 49, decrease on both ends. Row 51, decrease on left end. Row 55, decrease on both ends. Row 59, decrease on left end. Row 61, decrease on both ends. Row 65, decrease on left end. Row 67, decrease on right end. Row 69, decrease on left end. Row 71, decrease on left end. Row 73, decrease on the right end. Row 75, decrease on the left end. Then on row 79, knit 2 together on the last 2 stitches. Row 81, 83, 85, and 89, we will also do knit 2 together on the last 2 stitches. And finally, we will have 1 stitch left. We will then cast off and cut this part of the working yarn. Then we will work on the left side. First, we will cast off the first 25 stitches. Then continue with the pattern. This is row 39. On row 41, we will cast off the first 3 stitches and continue with the pattern. On this section, we will also be doing 2 kinds of decreases. One is on the right end and the other one is on the left end. The decreases on the right end will always be doing SSK on the first 2 stitches. And the decrease on the left end will always be the last 2 stitches before you reach the final 5 stitches. And it will be an SSK decrease. On row 45, decrease on right end. On row 49, decrease on both ends. On row 51, decrease on right end. Row 55, decrease on both ends. Row 59, decrease on right end. Row 61, decrease on both ends. Row 65, decrease on right end. Row 67, decrease on left end. Row 69, decrease on right end. Row 71, decrease on right end. Row 73, decrease on left end. Row 75, decrease on right end. Then on row 79, do an SSK on the last 2 stitches. Row 81, 83, 85, and 89, we will do an SSK on the last 2 stitches, and finally we will have 1 stitch left. We will then cast off and cut this part of this working yarn. Once all 4 parts are done, all we have to do is sew them all together. I have no fancy skills on this part, I just do a simple stitch and secure all the loose ends. And here's the final result. I'm so glad that I can finish this top during summer so that I can still get some wear out of it before it gets cold. I also love how I chose to add the blue trim on the collar. The color really pops out and it's not too sailory at the same time. Thank you so much for staying till the end. I know this one is a long one, so I appreciate it. If you have any questions or if anything is unclear, please leave me a comment and let me know. That's all for today and I'll see you in my next video. Bye now!